Welcome to today's training. We are breaking down the 5-star protocol. We are going to show you exactly how top-performing basement waterproofing contractors turn their customer reviews into a direct revenue engine. Last month, my wife asked me to pick her up at a local car repair shop. I walked through the front doors and stopped dead in my tracks. The largest wall in their entire lobby was completely covered in printed customer reviews. I had to pull my phone out and take a picture. I was so impressed that this company embraced their reputation so completely. They took absolute pride in what their community was saying about them. Today, I want to help you build that exact same culture inside your waterproofing company. Here is our agenda. We are going to cover why reviews are the ultimate conversion metric and how they directly impact your local ranking. We will discuss how to create a company culture that prioritizes reputation over everything else. We will break down exactly how to incentivize your employees so they actually ask for reviews in the driveway. We will also cover the absolute necessity of responding to all feedback and the specific software tools you need to automate the heavy lifting. The bar has been raised in our industry over the last 18 months, and we need to update our strategies to compete. Before we begin, I need to ask you for a simple favor. I know you are multitasking. You are running a business, managing crews, and putting out fires. But if you can, zero in and listen to this for the next 30 minutes. Turn off your cell phone. Close Facebook. The protocols we cover today have the power to make a massive, measurable impact on your bottom line. For those who do not know me, I am Bill Crawford. I am the owner of Rainmaker for Contractors. We specialize in helping basement waterproofing and foundation repair companies grow, sell more, and generate higher profits. I owned EverDry Waterproofing of Chicago for 15 years. I've been in the waterproofing industry for over 30 years. I wrote the only book dedicated strictly to digital marketing for basement waterproofing contractors. I host a podcast where we interview the top companies in the industry. I'm a two-time former president of the Basement Health Association. Our agency is an award-winning Google Premier partner, and I have been invited to Google headquarters 3 different times. We live and breathe this specific industry. Let us cut straight to the point. I think we are past the point of debating if reviews matter. Everyone knows they matter. But I want to drive home exactly how much they matter today. Why do we place so much emphasis on this one single metric? Because it is the ultimate filter for the consumer. Here is the absolute truth. No homeowner is going to drop $10,000 on a home improvement service without looking at your reviews. I do not know a single person who would just write a check because they met a smooth sales rep without verifying the company online first. You have to ask yourself, do I have the best reviews in my town? If not, we have a problem to fix. The data backs this up. 86% of people read at least one review before purchasing a home improvement service. More importantly, 77% of consumers believe that reviews older than 3 months are no longer relevant. I recently had a client ask me why their lead flow was dropping. I looked at their Google profile. They had not received a single new review in over 2 months. Recency matters just as much as volume. If you are missing the mark on recent, high-quality reviews, you are actively throttling your own growth. Online reviews dictate the health of your pipeline. You can spend thousands on paid search, but if your reputation is broken, that money is wasted. This is the most critical question. Do your online reviews reflect the quality of your work? I talk to a lot of owners who have been in this business for decades. They are super knowledgeable. They treat every customer as if it is their sister. They do phenomenal work. But then you look at their online presence, and it is a ghost town. Either there are very few reviews or their rating is mediocre. There is a massive gap between who they are on the job site and who they appear to be online. We must eliminate that gap. I had a client who was firing on all cylinders with their marketing, but their lead conversion was terrible. They had the lowest rating out of all our waterproofing clients nationwide. It was a 3.9 average rating. I sat down with the owner and presented him with 5 options for a waterproofing contractor. I asked him directly, if you did not know anything about this industry, who would you absolutely refuse to pick? He pointed at his own company. He got extremely frustrated. But sometimes it is necessary to view the entire situation through the lens of the customer. If you are asking a homeowner to drop $10,000 to $20,000, a 3.9 rating will absolutely kill your close rate. We also have to acknowledge what is happening in the market right now. Private equity companies are buying up local waterproofing businesses. They are highly trained, they are aggressive, and they are generating massive amounts of reviews. We know the quality of their work does not always match their high star rating, but they are winning bids because of their volume. The bar has been raised, we have to up our game to compete. But this also presents a massive opportunity for the independent contractor who takes this seriously. We want to reach a point where the exceptional work you do in the basement is perfectly reflected online. When that happens, you become the undisputed provider of choice in your service area. Your reputation speaks for itself. When your reputation speaks for itself, your cost to acquire a customer drops significantly. Homeowners arrive at the estimate already wanting to hire you. They are pre-sold on your authority. There is a critical statistic you need to know. The conversion rate of a Google listing improves by 44% when a business increases its average rating by 1 full star. Moving from a 3.0 to a 4.0 increases your leads by 44%. Even moving from a 4.5 to a 4.6 yields a 4.4% increase in conversions. It is just math. If you track this metric closely and push for every tenth of a point, the financial return is undeniable. Beyond conversions, how does your reputation actually impact where you show up on Google? Roughly 20% of your local SEO ranking in the map pack is directly tied to your review signals. Google actually reads the sentiment of the text. If your customers use phrases like basement waterproofing and mention your specific city in their review, your map rankings will climb. Look at this search result. If a homeowner sees 3 companies in the map pack, they are going to click on the one with the highest star rating and the most volume. People naturally follow social proof. We feel safer in numbers. The more reviews we see, the more comfortable we feel. In this second example, even if the top company does not have the absolute highest rating, they have significantly more reviews than the other guys. They have over 300 reviews while the next competitor has 21. Volume wins the click every time. Let us be absolutely clear. Google reviews are not a vanity metric. They are mission critical. To dominate this space, you must embrace a systematic approach. We do not just hope for reviews, we engineer them. This requires 5 key principles. When you install these principles, your reputation becomes a predictable asset. Principle number 1 is providing a world-class customer experience. I talk to a fair amount of smaller waterproofing companies. Many times, the owner runs the leads themselves. They might have 1 or 2 people in the office, and they subcontract their work out. These owners are constantly checking up on the job site because they desperately want to ensure the quality is there. I commend that effort. But if you want to scale your company, you cannot position yourself to babysit every single job site. You wear 20 different hats every single day. There is too much going on. You cannot rely on willpower. You need strict systems. To guarantee a flawless experience, you must rely on strict systems. I highly recommend a book called The Checklist Manifesto. The Checklist Manifesto is the story of how one man helped change medical practice by showing that a simple checklist could improve teamwork, reduce mistakes, and save lives. It tells the true story of a man who realized that if surgeons simply followed a basic checklist before operating, they could drastically reduce errors and save lives. The doctors pushed back initially. They said they had been doing it for 30 years and could do it in their sleep, but the data proved that checklists work. He convinced an insurance company to require one hospital to use a double tracking checklist system. They significantly reduced the number of deaths and the need for secondary surgeries. You need this level of systemic control in your business to eliminate errors on the job site. And I believe this book will inspire you to implement more checklists in your company to improve quality and efficiency and make your life easier. You can build these systems today using AI. I was having breakfast with my brother-in-law recently. He is a facial plastic surgeon. I showed him how to use ChatGPT on his phone. He grabbed my phone and asked the AI for post-op procedures for a specific surgery. It spit out a massive wordy paragraph. I took the phone back and told the AI to make it into a bullet point checklist with a box on the left side of each point. It did it instantly. We were both incredibly impressed. Whether you are running a jackhammer, fixing a crawl space, or putting in an egress window, you can create a strict checklist. Make your crews follow it. Checklists eliminate errors, ensure consistency, and leave the homeowner completely satisfied. Principle number 2 relies on human nature. What you measure, inspect, and celebrate, you create more of. If you cannot measure it, you cannot improve it. You have to ask yourself where you are now, where you want to go, and who is taking responsibility for it. Most owners are terrible at celebrating wins, but you have to build this into your culture. You must have a system for getting reviews. How many times should you talk about getting customer reviews? I strongly suggest 4 times on every single job. The sales rep should mention that you are going to be so happy with our work that you'll want to give us a raving 5-star review. The foreman should mention this when they open the job. At the end of the job, we want you to be so pleased with our work that you'll give us a 5-star review. This can be brought up again in the middle of the job. And something important here, you will always get more reviews when you ask in person versus what some companies do by emailing them a few days after the job. You can't wait until the end of the job and ask for a review. You need to build this into the customer journey. It starts with the sales rep. The foreman will have the greatest influence. This method will increase your response rate. Principle number 3 is building a company culture of reviews. This requires leadership from the top down. Here's another way to build this into your culture. Train your foreman to always do something on every job that is above and beyond the call of duty. Something that over-delivers. Make this the expectation and requirement of every job. Then have that one thing documented on the customer file and have the production manager ask the foreman, when the crew returns from the job, what is the one thing they did that was over-delivered? This reinforces company culture. Culture does not change easily, but when you have the right one, it is a beautiful thing. Remember that car repair shop I mentioned at the beginning? They put their reviews on the wall for everyone to see. When you make your victories highly visible, your team understands exactly what the company values. When you read real feedback like honest pricing, quality service, and most importantly, a staff you can trust, you realize the power of third-party validation. These are not just nice words, these are your strongest sales assets. You must motivate your employees. I hear pushback from owners who say, "It is their job, I should not have to pay them extra to ask for a review." You need to lighten up and get past that mindset. It is your job as a leader to motivate them. Run a monthly contest. One of the best things I ever did when I owned my waterproofing company was buy a massive 4-foot roll of paper that was 200 feet long. It was incredibly heavy. We used this paper to post colorful and creative contests for the various departments within the company. We would include the employees' names on the post and keep track of their standings. This created some fun, healthy, almost always positive energy around a departmental and company goal. You can create a contest over the next 30 days for your company. Post a reachable goal for the number of 5-star reviews you want to add. Post the reward. Perhaps bring them out to an expensive lunch if they hit the goal. Another company I work with uses a ticket system. Every time a crew member secures a review, they get a physical ticket. At the end of the month, they throw all the tickets in a hat and draw names for Amazon gift cards. The more reviews you get, the more tickets you earn. You also need to read your best reviews out loud at your meetings. It costs nothing. It brings positive energy to the room. Use it as an opportunity to acknowledge every single person involved. Acknowledge the person who answered the phone, the person who processed the order, the person who scheduled the job, and the crew that did the heavy lifting. Finally, incentivize them financially. If your foremen get a direct cash bonus for every 5-star review they secure, your review count will skyrocket. Principle number 4, manual follow-up fails. You must leverage best-in-class automated tools. Platforms like Nearby Now, Birdeye, or our system at Rainmaker allow you to completely automate the follow-up process. These tools allow you to request reviews after every single service call using multiple channels like email and SMS text messaging. You must make the process completely frictionless for the homeowner. However, I need to give you a massive warning. Great tools will not fix a broken culture. I have seen owners buy expensive software and get absolutely zero results. Building a review culture takes leadership. You have to stand in front of your company, cast the vision, gather the team, and stay consistent. Buying a software tool does not replace your job as a leader. Principle number 5. You must acknowledge and respond to every single review, ideally within 24 hours. Responding to reviews on a timely basis reassures your potential customers that you really care about your reviews and you pay attention, good, bad, or indifferent. When a customer is reading reviews, they always look for the bad ones. That is human nature. If you have two people telling two different stories online, the public tends to side with the customer, not the corporate business owner. When you get a one-star review, do not panic and do not argue online. Respond professionally, acknowledge the issue, and ask them to call the office to resolve it. If you happen to be a hothead owner, you must have someone else hold you accountable and handle the responses. You cannot afford to lose your temper. You are not writing that response for the angry customer. You are writing it for the next 50 homeowners who are going to read it to see exactly how you handle conflict under pressure. This directly impacts your bottom line. For every 25% of reviews you respond to, the conversion rate of your Google profile improves by 4.1%. To drive consistent results, put a system in place to ensure that every review gets tracked and measured. Task someone on your team with responding to every review within 24 hours. Formulate a strategy for professionally addressing and dealing with negative reviews so your emotions do not cost you future jobs. When you execute this protocol, you will be the go-to basement waterproofing company in your area. You will rank accordingly and maximize your conversions. Never forget the fundamental reality of our industry. No one is going to drop a big amount of money without looking at the company's reviews. If you ignore your reputation, you are actively sending your hard-earned leads directly to your competitors. Building this system takes work, and it is completely okay to ask for help to get it installed properly. If you want to stop guessing and get a clear picture of your current local authority, we offer a free strategy acceleration session. We will run an analysis on your online visibility, your custom keyword ranking, your online reviews, and your website conversion effectiveness. Let us find the holes in your pipeline and fix them. You can call the number on your screen at 630-929-RAIN or visit our website to schedule a time. I am happy to meet with you and strategize, whether you are a client of ours or not. Thank you for your time today. Take care.